Get up the next day, you wake up the next morning, I'm making a better game. I'm gonna make a better boxing match. Yeah. I'm gonna do better because kids, we want to get better. There's no perfect human being ever walked this planet, and the one that did, they mutilated, killed him, and all that. Okay, but the fact is that we just work at the gifts that God has given us.
That's really where I'm at. And I appreciate your thoughts on saying, like, the different ways people acknowledge him, the Most High, him, her, like, however people have that interaction. Because, I have my dealings with the Baptist church and grew up there. And like I said earlier, pluses and minuses in doing that. But it's just, I really am trying to get back to a point where I am leaning more into that spiritual aspect of things and whatever that looks like for me. But I firmly acknowledge that I'm not doing this alone. And I know that by just this interaction alone, by just our common denominator, Janet Denson, and just however life worked out to where my mom knew her, and I ended up being around Mr. William Denson, and just however that all worked out. The universe ain't that random, and these interactions happen for a reason. So,
and because of my sister, I was honored and privileged to know your grandmother, Mrs. Lights.
Shout out to you, man.
Because she had so much love for my sister, when I did my bicycle trip cross country, I was riding through Chicago. She said I could stay with her. I stayed with her for a week.
Maywood, Illinois.
Maywood, yeah, and right outside of Chicago.
Yep.
And I was able to speak at schools. I was on a radio station there. I spoke at a couple of churches because of my sister and a relationship with your grandmother.
I know you always mention that. I don't know if you talked about it. I'm sorry if I'm asking you to go into something you already talked about on your pod. Like, what were you riding your bike across the country for? Like, what was the purpose of doing that?
To put more relevance, to bring more awareness to the need of fatherhood.
Wow.
Fathers are that important. And it's funny you should say that, man. My book should be finished no later than the end of February. And it's good Lord says the same. I'm hoping I can go on tours across the country and speak at different book signing tours.
I'm sure. I'm looking forward to it. I'm sure you will. Yeah, of course.
So you may be my contact person in Chicago then to set things up for me.
However I can help. Yeah, however I can help. And Granny's still there, so yeah. We still on 12th and Lexington for sure. Yeah.
Okay, man. We're about to bring this to an end.
Yes, sir.
I want to thank you so much, man, for being so candid.
Of course. Yeah.
For being transparent, because we have to be transparent, man. We have to be transparent because, like Michael Jackson's song, Man in the Mirror.
Right.
You look at that guy in the mirror, you can't lie to him. You can lie to everybody else. You can't lie to that man in the mirror because you know that man's darkest secrets.
No, yeah. That's real. I think that's a perfect way to wrap it. You can't lie to that man in the mirror, man. But,
so I want you to I want to give you the final word on this. To the younger men in their 20s, and the men in their 30s, what advice would you give them on being the best father that they can be?
I think it's been the theme of this conversation. Show up. Like, show up how you can. If you can't win this round, take that 30 seconds and show up for the next round. Whatever that means, what were the 4 pillars? Spirituality, mentally, physically, and financially. You work on those 4 pillars. Because, love it or hate it, we live in a world that is driven and controlled by finances and what you're able to do in that respect. So it is what it is. You got to really work on. I think those 4 pillars really like summarize what you need to work on as a young father, as any father, anybody. You want to be physically ready and up for the task. Have the mental and spiritual health and spiritual well-being to be able to comprehend and think things through. Because sometimes that mental and spiritual aspect allows you to take that step back during that 30-second break and really see what the task at hand is for the next round. And I think that's, in my tough situations that I've had with my son, that's really what it was. Like when I couldn't do what I wanted to do, understanding I'm doing what I can do. I'm going to repeat that. When I couldn't do what I wanted to do, understood that I am doing what I can do. And whether your family doesn't think you're doing enough, whether your child's mother doesn't think you're doing enough, external forces, people, like you said, that man in the mirror. If you're doing what you can do, if you're showing up in the most authentic way that you can, it's your child's going to eventually see that. So that would be my do what you can do until you can do what you want to do.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, a Father Forever first podcast in 2026. Mr. Lyndon Ragland from Chicago, Illinois, from the Windy City. And now it's going to be the cold city.
Oh, man.
So, hey, man, I want to thank you so much.
We're in beautiful Los Angeles, so I'm enjoying it.
I want to thank you so much, man. Very grateful that you spent the time, that you were willing to share your thoughts, because you're a younger man at 34. You got a lot of life ahead of you. You got your 2 babies here that you're going to take care of, that you nothing's going to stop you from being a father forever. Is it safe to say that?
Safe to say. Father forever.
Once again, thank you, sir. Appreciate you.